You want to know what it's like to live in Pleasant Hill, California? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's get to it. Welcome to the Living in Oakland, California channel. I'm Rich Fleming, your local realtor, and I'm here to teach you everything you need to know about living, working, playing, sleeping, eating, whatever, in Oakland and the rest of the San Francisco East Bay. I get a ton of people who reach out to me with questions about relocating here, moving here, what they need to know before they get here, transitioning here, you know the drill. So if you got questions, you know what to do. Drop me a text, send me an email, give me a call, because when it comes to helping you relocate to Oakland and the rest of the San Francisco East Bay, I got your back. So in today's video, we are going to be taking a little tour of the city of Pleasant Hill, California. And as I always like to do in these videos, let's start with where you can find Pleasant Hill on a map. So Pleasant Hill is about 20 miles northeast of Oakland. And to get here, you would take Highway 24 east through Walnut Creek, and then in Walnut Creek transfer to Highway 680 north, and just north of Walnut Creek you're in the town of Pleasant Hill. So Pleasant Hill is kind of squished in between a number of other cities. So to the south is Walnut Creek, to the east is Concord, to the southwest is Lafayette, and to the north is Martinez. So it is surrounded by a number of other towns. It's not that big of a city. The population is only about 35,000, and it is spread across an area of about 7 miles. So that gives it a population density of about 5,000 people per square mile, which actually makes it more densely populated than some other cities in the area. So currently, I am in the downtown area of Pleasant Hill, and downtown, it's very interesting in Pleasant Hill. This downtown area was created about 15, maybe 20 years ago. It was not, for lack of a better term, an organic downtown. It was kind of planned and created by the city. Pleasant Hill, it's located just off of Contra Costa Boulevard and Monument Boulevard, so it's kind of an interesting flavor. It's definitely not an organic feel to the downtown like Main Street in Walnut Creek or Railroad Avenue area in Danville or downtown Martinez. So it is a little bit unique in its feel, a little bit planned, a little bit corporate in its feel. So Pleasant Hill is, relatively speaking, a new city. It was only incorporated, about 60 years ago in 1961. Before, it was really just farmland. It really started to get developed in the post-World War II era, but it didn't incorporate until 1961. It is very much a bedroom community. It does not really have a lot of significant employers other than retail stores. I think the largest two employers in the city of Pleasant Hill are the Contra Costa County Fire District and the Mount Diablo Unified School District. So if you live here in Pleasant Hill, you're pretty much going to have to plan on commuting somewhere to go to work, whether that be Walnut Creek, whether that be San Ramon, Pleasanton, or San Francisco, Oakland. It is not a hub for commerce other than some retail. So Pleasant Hill is located within the Mount Diablo Unified School District, and that school district, if you've watched some of my other videos about this area, it is a huge school district. It covers a number of cities, a number of different areas, but within Pleasant Hill there are, I believe, 6 elementary schools, 3 middle schools, and 1 high school. And they all belong to the Mount Diablo Unified School District. So let's talk transportation, because if you're living here in Pleasant Hill, chances are you're going to have to leave town to go to work. So highway access. The main highway in this area is Highway 680, and it gives you very good access. If for some reason you want to go north towards Sacramento, if you want to head in towards Oakland, or just stay on 680 and head towards San Ramon, Pleasanton, Fremont, Silicon Valley, this is a major freeway for that. So it's very good that way. Public transportation, if you're looking for the bus service in this area, is provided by the county connection. And if you are coming from a major city like New York or Philadelphia, Chicago, something like that, you are going to find the bus service here lacking. It's out here, it does what it's supposed to do. It's primarily designed to be a feeder to get people to a BART station. And so Pleasant Hill does have its own BART station. I refer to it as the Walnut Creek North BART station, since it is technically in Pleasant Hill, but it's almost completely surrounded by Walnut Creek. So, but you do have access to it, and from a lot of parts of Pleasant Hill, you also have pretty good access to the Lafayette BART station. So you do have pretty good transportation options here in Pleasant Hill. So the average home here in Pleasant Hill sells, so the median price for a home here in Pleasant Hill is $902,000. And you'll pretty much find a range of houses from maybe about $800,000 or so, and you can go well north of $2 million for homes here in Pleasant Hill. The average number of days a home stays on the market is about 11 days, and 71% of homes sell for over the asking price, and the amount they sell for over the asking price is an average of 5%. So as you can tell, it's a pretty competitive market, pretty desirable place to be. So as I usually like to do, I like to share some pros and cons. And pros of Pleasant Hill are pretty simple to understand. The first pro is its location. So it is in central Contra Costa. You've got great access to the freeway system in the area, pretty good access to BART, and there's just a lot of stuff to do in the surrounding area. So that is pro number one. Pro two is the schools. People do move here for the schools. They are pretty well regarded, but I do encourage people to do your own homework. And the third thing is Pleasant Hill is just a very family-oriented place. Lots of parks, lots of activities for the kids. You're not far from Mount Diablo, the Iron Horse Trail, which is primarily a biking trail, soccer, all the rest of that. So it is very desirable for that reason. So what are some of the cons of being in Pleasant Hill? Well, there are not a whole bunch. This is a really nice city, but there are two cons, at least in my view, that I'll share. Con one, which is very typical here in the Bay Area, is just the cost of housing. As I covered earlier, if you're looking to buy, you're probably going to spend somewhere around $900,000 to $1 million on the average home here in Pleasant Hill. I don't think I covered it earlier, but in rent for a one bedroom, you're probably going to spend about $2,500 to $3,000 in this area. So it is not an inexpensive area to move to. So the second drawback or con or whatever you want to call it about Pleasant Hill, at least in my view, is that it kind of lacks a unique character of its own. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, it is surrounded by other cities, Lafayette, Walnut Creek, Concord, Martinez, and depending on what part of Pleasant Hill you're in, kind of feels like that area of Pleasant Hill takes on the character and feeling of its neighboring city. And it's a little bit hard to describe, but there's nothing about Pleasant Hill that makes it unique or stand out. So for example, Martinez has its old downtown area, Walnut Creek has its downtown shopping area. Pleasant Hill really doesn't have anything that makes it notable, quite honestly. That's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just unusual, I guess. So if you have any questions about what I covered in today's video, you know what to do. Drop me a text, give me a call, send me an email, because when it comes to helping you transition to Oakland and the rest of the San Francisco East Bay, I got your back. That's why I'm here. That's why I do these videos. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button so YouTube knows to show it to people with interests similar to yourself. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you know each and every time I drop a new video, and I'll catch you in the next video.